Hey y'all, this is North Texas Railroad Productions. Welcome to this new segment I have created. It's going to be rail news. That's right, rail news. Thought every few weeks or once a month, give you a little bit of update what's going on with the rails, logistical, all that stuff. So first thing we're going to start off with today is the Amtrak situation. Now I'm pretty sure you all have heard about this. Don't mind me, I'm going to use my iPad to make sure I get the facts right. I don't want to get anything wrong here. So this is the Missouri train derailment with the Amtrak. On June 27, 2022, the Southwest Chief, a passenger train operated by Amtrak, derailed near the small town of Mendon, Missouri. The derailment was caused by the train striking a dump truck that was obstructing the crossing on County Road 113. Now, there was a lot of controversy over this, though, because a lot of people are trying to sue Amtrak, but a lot of the problem lies within the city, BNSF, and the truck driver. Let's get to that now. And y'all, I would like to say, no matter what, it was the driver's fault. The truck driver, there are tens of thousands of signals like that. Either way, no matter what, it was the driver's fault. Even if the crossing was bad, he should have gone around to a better crossing. Or he should have stopped the truck further back, checked for a train, and then went over. It was the truck driver's fault. Now, it doesn't help that the city and BNSF didn't make the signal good. Just wanted to clear that up first. So for those of you who don't know, one of the big things that's been brought up during this whole incident was the crossing itself. Now, if y'all haven't seen this crossing, I'm not safe about it. It's raised completely like crazy. You can't see both sides. You can only see about 200 feet out on both sides of the tracks. So you can't really see if there's a train coming. There's no crossings that come down. It's just a gravel road. And, I mean, it's just crazy. It's almost impossible, and it's a spot where a lot of farming equipment goes over. Now, according to the company that owned the truck, the guy that was driving it was a regular. He drove through there almost every single day. He's driven through there many times. And the trucks cannot stop to go see if there's a train coming. If they want to get over that hill, they have to just go full speed. They can't stop. They can't stop on the hill to check if a train's coming or listen because they won't have enough speed to get over. So for years, this has been happening where people have just had to drive over and hope for the best. And sometimes they would hear a train horn and stuff and it'd be fine. But people of the city have been talking about this for a long time. They've been talking to the city, been reaching out to BNSF, but nothing was ever done. And that's what's making the city folks mad, because they were anticipating something like this to happen. So, unfortunately, it did happen. And now BNSF and the city will get to see the consequences for that. So, in this Amtrak incident too, there were also 4 people killed, 150 hurt. Now, that's some big numbers right there. Let's be honest. I haven't heard of an incident this big, train-wise. I think the last time I heard about this was in Japan or something with one of the bullet train crashes. So, this is a big crash. Now, this is a little bit older news. I mean, it's almost a week ago now, but thought I would still talk about it. The city, so BNSF owns the main line. So those of you that don't understand, that don't know how the main lines work and how all the companies merge together, Amtrak doesn't own any main lines themselves. They run off of other main lines. So they'll run off of BNSF lines, UP lines, CN lines, CSX, Norfolk Southern, so on and so on. Any other company that they might merge with that I don't know that are smaller, I don't know, but there's probably more little ones that they run off of. And the Amtrak doesn't maintain any of the railroads of the track. I'm pretty sure they pay a fee for the railroad, and the fee they pay helps maintain it and pay for the workers and stuff. But them themselves, they don't go and inspect the tracks and stuff. So BNSF was the one maintaining that crossing. And from a certain point out, the city has to take over. I'll have to check the footage, but at a certain point, the city takes over. And that crossing, the city and BNSF really didn't talk well there. BNSF, obviously the train line was there first before the road. But when they put the road through it, instead of leveling the track and talking to each other and making it even, they put this big hill, which you've seen before, the picture I just showed, and it just didn't work out. And there's been close calls before on that track too, and that's all I have to report on that story. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so next off, we're going to move on to the one crew debate between freight railroads. Right now, there's a debate going on where the government, one half of the government and the other half of the government want two different things. One half wants train crews to only have one crew member so that they have to hire less people, and one side wants two people. Now, the big debate over this is safety, because let's be honest, the companies, they would rather make more money. They hire less people, they make more money. It's benefit for them. But the main problem right now, and Norfolk Southern did a great job talking about this, was the safety concern of only having one person control a train. Because if one thing happens to that person, for say, some examples, heart attack, stroke, anything that could happen could lead to a runaway train and someone losing their life, potentially more people losing their lives or getting injured because we went to one person. And as of now, the debate seems to be going into the two crew favor because obviously due to safety concerns. Safety is number one priority over profits for most people. And that's not really going too far that I can report on right now, but it's just something to keep an eye out for that could be happening in the next few months, years, wherever it decides to go. But let's move on to the next thing. So the next thing I want to talk about is BNSF. I'm going to do the BNSF first. They are losing a lot of employees. In the last 3 months, BNSF has lost 700 railroaders, engineers, conductors, approximately, in the last 3 months. Now, that's a lot. The new attendance policy is what I've been told is the biggest problem. Now, I've been talking to someone about it, and he's helped me out a lot. I actually understand he works for the railroads. I'm not going to say which railroad or who he is, just for privacy reasons, because he is sticking it out. He's going for the long haul. He's going to try to stay with his company, and I respect that. But, it's crazy. I'm going to go to some of his quotes right now. I can't tell you guys who this is, unfortunately, but I'm going to tell you what he has told me so far. He was saying the companies will be okay. They are losing money, they're losing employees, but overall, they will survive. And if anything, they're not hurting themselves, they're hurting their employees the most. And that's the problem. And he was saying you can only remain dedicated for so long before you give the middle finger. And he said his point is more about the employees and the customers they are screwing over. Him being one of them. Now, this is unfortunate. So to give you guys a little bit of backstory, he started out as train crew, moved up to conductor, and since then, he spends more time sitting around and not working. Does that sound right to you? Spending all those, what I'm guessing are years to move up. And then they don't give you jobs? It's just not right. And, he's still getting paid. So he gets guarantees, but he said it's nothing like the 80% that he was getting. And the big thing he's talking about right now, too, back to the one crew debate. So the main problem with this one crew debate is the employees and the future generation of employees. Because as I was talking to him, we were talking about the fact that if this one crew thing happens, you got to think half of the crews that are there now will be cut off. Either they'll leave or be fired. Or they'll just move back down to working crews, not on the trains, right? So they're already going to be trained to do one thing. They're going to be trained to be conductors and engineers. Well, if it moves to one, it would just be engineer/conductor because it would merge into one. Well, if that bill went through to where there was only one person in the train controlling it at a time, half of those people would be waiting to get in. Now, this makes it to where future generations of people, it's going to be nearly impossible to become train engineers or conductors, like myself. I want to work for Union Pacific when I grow up. But that's going to be nearly impossible if we go down to one crew because All the people with the experience are going to be trying to get in. The train crews that are already there that are trying to get in are going to be trying to get in. And you starting at the newest one on a union as the newest person, you would almost have to work your entire life, work past retirement, to become a train engineer or train conductor, or the merge between them both. And the only way you could get through that was if you knew someone that worked higher up. Or you could get really, really lucky. But either way, people already have too many benefits and have been working there too long for any of us new people to get in and work the trains. But luckily, that bill has not gone through, and it's not looking like it's going to go through so far. So hopefully it should stay at 2% crews. And that's the main thing. And just to let you guys know who's supporting which side. So Biden is supposed to be picking a review board. One-man crew is part of it, so hopefully they will realize it is dumb and it does not pass. So this might seem weird, but the Democrats are actually going against the one-man crews. So they're actually supporting the workers this time. So this is great news, right? But the opposite thing of what we thought. The Republicans want one-man crews. Now, they are supposed to be going for workers. Now, I'm a Republican, obviously. But this is one thing I disagree with. The one-man crews are not good. It's just not, it's not good for the people. Now, for companies, it's great. They're going to be making so much money. They'll be laughing with their $100 bills. But it is just something else. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed the first Rail News episode. I hope to be bringing some more to you soon. But, yeah, that's all I got to report today. Hope you all have a blessed day, and make sure to subscribe. Talk to y'all later. Bye.